Yes, good afternoon. I welcome you all. Okay, it is good to have a session after the Sunday meal. It's a tough task to focus, but we are just in a very cool and interested phase of this Lean Six Sigma. So we have sorted out all our problems. Now we are going to find the solution. So you can be happy. There is no more discussion about the problems or the issues or any other performance gap. We are going to solve everything. We are going to find the answers, solutions. Okay, problems that created performance gap, problems that uh, to improve my turnover, profit, problems that have lasted for decades. You are going to sort out all those things and you are going to find out the solutions. You are going to look for solutions because that is what is the aim of the entire project and what is the uh, focus of the team also. The team is trying to invest the effort and identifying the problem and solving it. So that is what improve phase is going to do in the Lean Six Sigma. So in the improve phase, we are going to see 3 steps. We are going to actually, the objective of the improve phase is to identify the solutions first. So we got a problem in hand that is creating pain to my top management, my middle management, my customers. That is creating gap in the performance, destroying the reputation of the company. Okay, the image of the company has been fallen down because of such problems. So the problems have been measured. It has been analyzed through various process in procedural steps through good tools and techniques. Now we go ahead and identify the solutions for that. Why I say as solutions? Because for a problem, we may have a number of solutions. Nowadays, even for Corona, we have 7, 8 vaccines throughout the world. All are solutions, right? But we choose one which suits our environment. Okay, all of us try to go for Covishield because we thought it is better. So for all problems, generally we have list of solutions, a bank of solutions. So what is our work? See, as a team, as an expert, we have to evaluate for the optimum solutions. First, we have to identify the solutions. Then we have to evaluate for optimum solutions. Once I evaluated and fixed a solution, I cannot go ahead and implement all of them in a full swing. What I have to do is I have to go for a trial project that is called pilot. Okay, implementation on small scale. So I go ahead for a trial project and implement the solution on small scale. Now, what is the benefit of this pilot? I am getting some real-time data. So far, I am speaking everything in theory. I am speaking, putting a lot of numbers in and charts. But now I got a real-time data. So I can use it to check and compare with the solutions I have calculated. So I will be able to find out any challenges, issues in that. So once I got the pilot implemented and if it is successful, I go ahead and reevaluate and correct the issues which is in the pilot and implement it in the full scale. So these are the objectives. That is, you identify the solution, you evaluate for best solution, optimum solution, and you implement them in small scale. That is called pilot. You go ahead and reevaluate using the real-time data. So the steps involved is we have 3 steps as we have for other phases also. First one is we generate and evaluate the solutions. We select the best solution. Then we go ahead and implement in pilot and implement it in the full scale and validate the solutions which we have arrived. So this is an important phase in the Lean Six Sigma process because we are going to solve the problem. Okay, so solution, multiple solutions will be there. You choose the best, you choose the not the best, you choose the optimum solution which fits a particular problem, which fits our organization, which fits our company, manufacturing unit, or department, whatever it is. Then we implement it in small scale. So you must remember these 3 steps when you go for the improve phase. So what are the tools and techniques you can use in this improve phase? So some of the tools, as I said, they are compatible and can be used in different phases of this Lean Six Sigma process. We have already seen this brainstorming, which can be used to generate solutions. It can be used to generate multiple solutions. If I ask a solution for a particular problem, all the 15% in the group now can give 15 solutions. So I got 15 solutions now. So brainstorming can be used, creative thinking, then benchmarking, which you are going to see now. Then we can go ahead and evaluate the solutions using NGT, that is nominal group technique, and risk analysis. During the risk analysis itself, we are told that it can be used in different phases like analyze, improve, and control also. So this FMEA can be again used to check the solutions, to evaluate the solutions also. So this is how this tools will help to execute this improve phase in a systematic and effective manner. So now we are going to see certain tools which will help us to generate solutions first. And apart from this, to optimize also, you can use this FMEA, and to you can use the DOE, design of experiments also. So that I think design of experiments will be taught in the black belt phase. Okay. So in the green belt, you will be learning to optimize using our FMEA. Multi-voting is similar to NGT. So you'll just see FMEA optimize for optimization. So now let's move to the outcome. What is going to be the outcome of the improve phase? So we saw the objectives. The outcomes will be more or less similar. So actually, we are going to get list of solutions and the proposed solution. And finally, definitely all of us have to generate a cost benefit analysis data sheet. Okay, because the top management will be always interested in this. They want to know how much they invest and how much they get in back, return on investment. So a cost benefit analysis is a must, and it must be presented to the top management in an agreeable and a most understandable manner. And once the top management is accounted and they are satisfied with the cost benefit analysis and the solution, definitely they will give the nod for implementing, so that you can go ahead and implement the project in small scale. That is called the pilot, and we have to implement in a proper manner. Once the pilot plan is successful, uh, once it has achieved the target which we have set, then it can be, we can move for full scale implementation. So at the end of the improve phase, we would have gone for full scale implementation, and we'd have done a pilot project, and the top management would have agreed our process, and we got a, and the top management agreed because we provided a cost benefit analysis which is profitable to the top management. So this is going to be the outcome of the improve phase. So let us see the solution generation techniques. So now we have to find out solutions for the problems which we have in our hand. So for that, we can use the brainstorming or creative thinking or benchmarking. So let us see, the brainstorming is, we have already discussed in detail and you'd have understand it. Now let us see. So in the analyze phase, the possible cost factors are found out, and in the improve phase, we are going to get the solutions for them. Okay, so now let us see the first tool is brainstorming, which we have discussed. And what is this creative thinking? This creative thinking is a very simple tool, and you would have heard this term creative thinking very frequently. Okay, so it is purely imaginative. Okay, so out of box thinking, out of box solution, which will be developed because of lateral thinking and divergent thinking. See, the solution may be a bit crazy at the times. See, for example, we have a large amount of queues in banks and ATMs. Okay, people are trying to transfer money, people are trying to withdraw money. So, see, 10 years back, if somebody told you that you can use your mobile number to transfer money, you won't have believed, right? But now it is a very common activity, very common. Okay, even a 16-year kid know how to transfer money through a mobile phone. There are so many applications. These are imaginative things 10 years back, but nowadays, because of continuous probing and development, they became a solution for the banking sector. So likewise, creative thinking can provide many out-of-box solutions, which may look odd, which may look uneven at the time, but it has its own advantages. Okay, you'll be able to solve the problem in a different manner when it comes to creative thinking. So it is just a simple process. Okay, so if you probe properly using proper questioning using SMEs, that is subject matter experts or scientists or innovators, definitely a crazy idea can be developed into a creative solution. Okay, that is the concept behind this creative thinking. Okay, now we move to another important industry-based solution generation process, that is benchmarking. So how to do this benchmarking process in a professional legal manner? See, the benchmarking is just comparing one company's business process and performance metrics to another company which is best in the market. Very simple. See, Hyundai is able to sell 1 lakh cars per year. Why can't Ford? So they benchmark Hyundai in the sales. Very simple. So you compare your company's business process and performance metrics to the best company which is doing best in the industry. So you follow their best practices and you try to improve your level to them. That is benchmarking. So while you are doing benchmarking, if you ask certain questions, you will be able to arrive at the answers easily. You can ask why my company, why my others are better than my company? Why, how other organizations are better? What can my organization learn from them? Whether in sales or whether in marketing or whether in purchase or whether in quality control or whether in logistics or whether in customer service or whether in warranty pay or whether in door-to-door, what area can I learn from them? How can my organization catch up with their best practices? Okay, how can my organization become the best industry? So if you ask these questions, you'll be able to get some answers. So this is the core and crux of the benchmarking. So you compare your company's business process and performance metrics to the best in the market and try to achieve them. So to reveal about the benchmarking business process, see, for example, product development. See, if it's very common in the industry now, if Apple is releasing a phone, in the next 15 days, you can see Samsung is also releasing another model. Redmi is releasing one, MI is releasing one. If Hyundai is releasing a SUV, you can see immediately 5 or 6 SUVs in another 6 months. So nowadays, every manufacturer, every service provider, they are trying to benchmark the product development. If Jio is launching a new plan, immediately Airtel, Vodafone, everybody will launch a plan similar to it. So they are keeping the business process to the competitive level in the market. That is benchmarking of business process. Then customer service. See, 20 years back, if you call for a customer service, there is no option to call for customer service in 2095 and all. Nowadays, all companies are providing customer service. You make a call. Okay, even banks, having a customer service for bank is entirely new for a country like India. In 1995, if you have a problem, you have to go to the bank directly. You have to speak with the manager. Most of the times, it won't be solved. But nowadays, you can call the customer service executive and try to sort out the issues. How these things came into market? Because companies started benchmarking customer service. Okay, when MNCs came into the Indian market, one company introduced their customer service concept, then all of them begin to benchmark, and as a result of that, all companies are providing customer services. Okay, HR practices. Okay, for example, if one company attrition rate, that is employees resigning per financial year, if it is high, another company, for example, take TCS, the attrition rate is 5%, but CTS attrition rate is 1%. So they follow the HR practices, what kind of incentives they are giving, allowances, training, what kind of campus environment they are giving. HR practices can be followed. Inventory control. Okay, so Nissan is having less inventory. They are spending less for inventory. But Ford says, okay, we are spending lot on inventory. So Nissan is a leading inventory management company in the market. So let us follow the practices, the inventory control, research and development. Biotech introduced doing a vaccine, then immediately Serum Institute also developing one. Research and development of concepts, products. So companies tend to benchmark process, product development, customer service, HR practices. Then when it comes to performance metrics or success, see, cost management is an important factor which all companies tend to benchmark. Suppose if a company is able to reduce a cost through a particular process or a software, most of the companies tend to do that. Okay, because cost management is important. If you are able to increase the profit without increasing the margin and by cutting the manufacturing cost, definitely it will be a great hit in the market, right? Cost management is important when it comes to benchmarking. Then product quality. So all companies tend to maintain good quality of product in service as well as in process as well as in product. So they tend to compare their competitors and try to improve their level of quality. Product design. So if Samsung is launching a new design, definitely then MI, all this Vivo, Redmi, they will try to change the design of the product and try to launch a new one. Then image, reputation. Previously, suppose if Pepsi is conducting a World Cup series, then immediately after 3 months, Coca-Cola will launch a T20 World Cup and sponsor that. So that is for increasing the reputation, organizational image. So this benchmarking process can be applied for business process, success factors, performance metrics also. So how to do this benchmarking process? First, I need to identify what has to be benchmarked in my company. whether it is sales, whether it is marketing, whether it is customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, attrition rate, or inventory control, or purchasing, or profit, or margin, whatever it is. I have to fix which factor, which business process has to be benchmarked. Then I have to find out 10, 15 companies which are doing best in that particular process. See, the important point which you have to remember is there is no need that you have to benchmark the same product manufacturing company. Okay, you can benchmark the process of any company. For example, you may be manufacturing spark plug, but you may benchmark a company, you may benchmark a company which is manufacturing tires. You are going to identify the process only. You are not going to identify the method, how copy the method what they are manufacturing. You are just going to identify the process and how they are using it efficiently. So you have to identify 10, 15 companies which you can benchmark. Then you have to collect the data, okay, in a proper method. So you cannot go ahead and get the data illegally. So you must remember that. Then it will be a great issue, right? Then it will be a judicial issue. It will become a crime. So that will be called as data theft. So you have to find a method to collect the data properly, okay, in a professional legal manner, and you should know what data to be collected. Then you determine the current performance gap. My company's sales is 50,000 per year, components per year. But my competitor is selling 1,25,000 components per year. So where is the performance gap? Whether it is in customer satisfaction, whether it is in retailer sales, or in our sales department, or customer door-to-door marketing, you have to find the performance gap in our performance when compared to the competitor. Then project the future performance level. Okay, now I am selling 50,000. Okay, let me fix 75,000 for the coming financial year. So you can move step by step. Then once you have fixed the performance levels for the future, you have to communicate that to the top management as well as the execution team. Then only they will be aware of that. You have to gain the acceptance of the top management. Okay, then only it will be easy for you to implement that particular benchmarking process. Okay, then you have to establish a functional goals and develop action goals. That is how to change the function and what kind of target must be fixed for every functional levels. Then you have to develop action plans for achieving that functions also, functional goals also. So after that, you can implement a monitoring process, okay, which will make sure that the execution is going as per the plan which we have developed. So once we have achieved 75,000 target in the next financial year, we can improve it to 1 lakh. So likewise, you can recalibrate your benchmark and try to be best in the market. This is how we do the benchmarking process in a legal manner. As I told you earlier, let us see a small example. See, actually, all of us know Xerox Corporation. They are the people who manufacture photocopier machines and supply throughout the world. See, the Xerox machine, they have an issue with the distribution services. So they benchmarked a company called LL Bean, and this LL Bean, you can't imagine, it is a shoe manufacturing company like Bata, Adidas, Reebok. So they benchmark the distribution services practices of LL Bean. LL Bean is a shoe manufacturing company. And in the next 10 years, they are able to improve their distribution services by 10%, which is a huge improvement for a multinational corporation like Xerox. So there is no need that you have to benchmark the same product service manufacturing company. You can benchmark any company. The only thing you are going to study their process in a particular department, okay, which is relevant to you. There is no need for comparing the product manufacturing. Okay, we can have so many examples likewise. See, Southwest Airlines, they benchmarked Indy 500 pit crews. Who are these Indy 500 pit crews? Actually, these people, they are the one who do maintenance in the Formula One race car venues. See, you would have seen in Formula One race cars, the tires and the bumpers or certain important accessories will be replaced within 30-45 seconds. Okay, so there is a crew which will be doing these works in a very quick time, in a minimum time. So the Southwest Airlines, they have a turnaround time of more time. I doesn't remember the time exactly. So they want to reduce it. So they followed a Indy 500 cruise team and they were able to reduce the turnaround time. Similarly, IBM, all of us know IBM International Business Machines, and they were following the theft reduction process of Las Vegas casinos. Casino is a gambling place which is present in Las Vegas casinos. So benchmarking can be done in any industry. So there is no limitations whether you have to choose a particular product manufacturing only. So the same example. Okay. So when you are going to do the benchmarking, you need the resources, right? You cannot just follow somebody else and try to implement it. You have to make sure that whether it is correct or not. To help you, we have a lot of consultants at national and international level who can help you to identify the competitors and the process which you have to benchmark. So consultants are available, and you can refer research journals at academic levels. Okay, so that you will be able to get more knowledge and information about it. Then you can use the web services which is available throughout the world nowadays. And we have some associations throughout the world to help you in benchmarking the process professionally and legally, like American Productivity Quality Center and Sharing Network, American Productivity Quality Center Sharing Network also there. So through that, it will be able to know how process can be benchmarked without any infringement, without any legal issues. Then Benchmarking Exchange Council is also there. Then Global Benchmarking Council is also there. These associations, they will help you to do the benchmarking without any legal issues throughout the world and also at domestic and national levels. Okay. So to summarize it, we have seen certain tools which will help us to generate solutions. So if you benchmark the process of 10, 15 companies, you'll be getting 15 solutions, right? If you are using brainstorming, you are getting 15, 20 solutions. If you are using creative thinking also, you can get a lot of solutions in which is lateral, divergent, out of box. So these tools can maybe looking very ordinary, but they can help you to generate a lot of solutions. That is the aim of this improve phase. In the improve phase, our aim is to generate a lot of solutions. Okay, so as I told you earlier, this brainstorming, creative thinking, and benchmarking can be used, okay, depending upon the type of scenario, environment, climate, or the problem which you have and the organization which you are working on. So you can choose any one tool which fits our problem and the organization. So now we move to the solution evaluation technique. One of this is FMEA, which you have seen already. And now we move to the nominal group technique. What is this? So we have a nominal group technique. So what is this nominal group technique? See, during a brainstorming, there is always a possibility for any person who is quite dominative and who has high speaking skills to dominate the entire session or the entire process. But how to avoid that? See, that is done in benchmark nominal group technique. So we are going to see what is this nominal group technique, when to use this nominal group technique, and how to use it. What are the benefits of using this nominal group technique when compared to others? Okay, so as I told you earlier, this nominal group NGT, which we used to call it as, and FMEA can be used to evaluate the solutions. Now I have 15 solutions in hand, which I have achieved through either benchmarking or through creative thinking or through brainstorming or the combination of these 2 or 3. Now I am going to evaluate them. Okay, so when suppose if you out of 15, our team has chosen 4 or 5 solutions which will be fitting the particular problem, but I cannot implement all the 4, 5 solutions, right? So I have to select one. Okay, in that case, if I want to get the approval of the group, because the solution is controversial, out of 10 members, 3 support a particular solution, 3 support another solution, 2 support one different solution, and last 2 support solution D. So how to get the group consensus? Okay, and sometimes, as I told you earlier, suppose if I call for a group discussion, some of you may be speaking continuously and giving a lot of information and sharing the knowledge which you have gained in a particular area. But others may try to remain silent because they think, okay, this person knows more. Okay, let him speak. He is speaking good. So in that scenario, okay, when some members are not participating and some members are trying to remain silent, when they are not trying to share their opinions or air their opinions, then we can go for this kind of nominal group technique, because it will provide an opportunity for all the people to share their ideas and generate the uh, technique to evaluate the technique, evaluate the particular solution. Okay. Sometimes if we have a new member in company, he may not the idea immediately. He may not be sharing his views immediately. So in that case, if you use this NGT, nominal group technique, it will be easy for you to get the group consensus. Sorry?
So one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
So this NGT is structured group discussion, right?
We will see that. Let us not jump into conclusions. At the end, you can ask the doubt. So actually, okay, here, first we will have a facilitator. Okay, now we have 10 people and we have 4 solutions which are in the discussion finally. And all the 10 people are supporting different solutions. Okay, so 3 people supporting A, 3 people B, 3 people, 2 people C, and 2 people D. Okay, so first the facilitator, he had to assemble all the 10 people and he has to introduce and explain the scenario, the problem, the solution generated. Okay, then all of them are asked to evaluate the ideas silently in a, all of them will be given a A4 sheet. Okay, all of them will be given a A4 sheet and asked to evaluate the ideas by providing ranks. Okay, by providing ranks. Okay, for A, B, C, D is there. So you can rank them accordingly. All the 10 people has to provide rank to the ideas. Okay, then the decision will be based on the idea which has achieved more rank. Okay, which has achieved more votes. Okay, so here all of us will agree there is no need for any domination, because all of them are given an opportunity to evaluate that particular solution in an analytical manner. Previously, we are discussing in brainstorming and creative thinking, they are doing a lot of abstract things. Okay, they are discussing and everything is in oral and it has to be written down. But in this case, we are going for some analytical process also. We are taking down the ranks of the solutions, and the solution which got more ranks. Okay, based on that, it is chosen for execution. Okay, so in this case, there is no need for domination or no need for any submissive thinking or guilty feeling. Okay, so all of them are given a chance to evaluate the ideas. All of them are given an opportunity. Nobody is remaining silent. Nobody is going to dominate. So the solution is arrived in a more consensus manner. That is what important, because when a lot of subject matter experts are present, when a team of experts are present, consensus agreement is important. That is agreeable by all. That is important. That is a main important of the Lean Six Sigma process. We cannot go with any decision. We cannot go with any individual opinion-based decision. Nothing should be opinion-based. Everything should be proved, approved, either as a team. Then only we can go to the next step. So in all the phases, you can see the tools are used legitimately so that it will be proved. After proving the problem only, we go to the measure phase. After proving there only, we go to the analyze phase. So that is what the tools and techniques in this Lean Six Sigma are used for. Even though it may look ordinary tool, a old tool, 78 years and very old one, but the efficiency and the efficacy of the tools is making them still use it. Okay, so the nominal group technique is a traditional group approach only, but all of them are given an opportunity without avoiding the domination. Okay, and none of them also cannot remain silent. You have to give a rank to the ideas. That is okay. So you can arrange this NGT even with a small group or with a large group of people, because it is going to be simple. You are going to give a paper and write down the ranking, and you are going to prioritize the solution which got the better rank. Okay, so the important thing is all the experts, all the team members in the NGT are given equal priority, are given equal chances to share their views. So none of them feel neglected or guilty. Okay, So that is one of the important advantages of NGT, because if people are egoistic or dignity, self-dignity based, then it is difficult to get the solutions through evaluated through brainstorming. This technique will be very simple, easy, and it will avoid domination and personal opinion also. That is one of the advantage of this. So this nominal group technique can be used to evaluate the solution simply in the improve phase also. So just to recap, okay, when the issue is controversial, that is when the solution is controversial, you can go ahead and use this NGT, which will help us to evaluate the ideas, okay, in the form of voting, in the form of ranking. Okay, so the decision, the important thing about this NGT is the decision will be agreeable by all. Okay, that is the important thing. So now we move to the pilot phase of the improve, pilot stage of the improve phase. So what is this pilot? What are the implementation approaches? How to go for a full scale implementation? Okay, that is what we are going to see in this session. So what is pilot? See, when I have a solution, okay, but the organizational top management is thinking, when I have a solution that may cost around 50 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees, but the organization is thinking whether we should invest this much amount for this particular problem. In that scenario, or when the capital amount available is limited, or when there is a financial crunch in the organization and there is a necessity to implement the solution, at that point of time, you can go for a pilot solution, that is implementing the solution in a small scale basis. Okay, and you are able to know the challenges from the results which you got. You'll be knowing the challenges, you'll be knowing the issues, you'll be knowing some unintended problems which are present in the solution. So all these things will come to the limelight, so that so when you improve the pilot solution, you may get a result of 80%, but you can find out the challenges, issues, and some problems which exist in the solution. You can rectify it, recalibrate, re-execute it in full scale, and you can improve the solution to 90-95%, more than that. Okay, so this pilot solution is important for large projects. Okay, so you are able to check the success of the particular solution, the efficacy, efficiency of the solution, okay, by implementing in a small scale. So absolutely all projects need pilot, so that you'll be able to understand the challenges which you will be facing during the full scale implementation also. Okay, so it will expose the issues and challenges which you face during the full scale implementation. Okay, so nowadays you can see, for example, if a vaccine is developed, it is first tested in people. Okay, initially it is tested in animals. After certain stages, they are going for a pilot. That is, they are calling for 1,000 people throughout the country, and they are putting them injections, and they keep them in monitoring. They keep them in observation for 2-3 months. So based on the outcome, they try to improve the efficacy of the vaccine, and then they go for full scale implementation. That is what the objective of this pilot. So once we go ahead and complete the pilot, and we have sorted the simple issues that are present in the pilot, now we go ahead and go for a full scale implementation. So when you are implementing in a full scale, you can follow different approaches. So you can use a sequenced approach. What is a sequenced approach? For example, I have companies in 10 places throughout India. Okay, I want to change the way which I provide salary to my employees. Okay, now I am providing cash, so I want to change it to accounts. I want to give it in accounts. How I can do that? See, first I want to implement a digital payment method. So I implement the solution in one branch in Chennai, and after completing that, okay, I go for the next branch. So after completing the second one, I go for the next one. So it is a sequenced approach for full scale implementation of the solution. Then parallel approach. I implement the solution in two places, one in Chennai and one in Bangalore. Okay, parallel approach, simultaneously in 2 places or simultaneously in 3 places. That is called a parallel approach, not in all places. Okay, I have branches in 10 places, but I'm trying to implement them in all places. I go by 2 or 3 places at a time. Then phased approach. So I implement in Chennai. Oh, when I found that it was after 2-3 months, I studied it. Then I go for a next branch. Okay, that is after achieving a particular milestone. After getting some customer satisfaction or getting some employee satisfaction, I go ahead and implement that solution. That is called a phased approach implementation, full scale implementation. Then if I implement it all the branches in a single stroke, all the 10 branches in a single stroke, that is called flat approach. This is how you can implement the full scale solution. Okay, when it comes to Lean Six Sigma process. Okay, you, depending upon the organization and service you are rendering, okay, and the environment your organization is working, you can choose any one of the approach which suits our need and our requirement. So during this full scale implementation, important things which you have to look out is you have to go for the FMEA analysis, because now we got some real-time data through the pilot project. Okay, through the pilot, then you can go ahead and check the potential risk which is available in the solution. Recorrect it, and you can go for a full scale implementation. When you are going for a full scale implementation, you must always remember you must have a schedule. Okay, without a schedule, nothing cannot be implemented properly in an organization. So you need to have a timetable. When I am going to start the process, when I am going to implement the process, how I am going to provide training. So likewise, you need to have a implementation schedule, because you cannot implement everything in a single stroke. You need a phase by phase approach. Okay, and apart from that, you need to provide a training plan. See, when I am changing my procedure, for example, I'm changing my attendance procedure from signature to biometric. I need, or from biometric to facial recognition. I need to train my HR staff. I need to train my technicians, right? I need to train my admin team. So we need to have a training plan in place. The training plan will compromise the people who needs to be trained, people who are who the trainer is, who the trainees are, and how much time they have to be trained. What are the softwares required, and what kind of infrastructure need to be developed. Everything should be provided in the training plan. Once you provide the training plan, you can go ahead and communicate the plan to the organization. Because if you are going to change the attendance from biometric to facial recognition, you need to communicate to all the employees. Okay, then communication plan, how you are going to communicate, because it should reach to the bottom level employee also. Then only the solution will be successful. So you need to develop a communication plan also. In the meantime, you have to develop a cost to benefit analysis. Okay, so any solution should accompany with the cost to benefit analysis then and there itself, because then only the top management will be happy and they will allow you to do similar projects. So always cost benefit analysis must be done during different stages of full scale implementation. So now you have implemented the solution, your management is happy, you cannot stop there. So you have to again validate the system. How to validate the solution which you have executed? See, you have to use the MSA and AAA for regularly validating your measurement system. Okay, because your measurement system only measures the performance, and your improve phase, your project success upon the data which you are receiving. So you have to make sure your measurement system is absolutely in a nice condition. It is properly validated. Then only the data which you obtain through the measurement system can be accepted. So you have to regularly validate the measurement system. Okay, then the data you can calculate the performance performance metrics like sigma level, CP, indices. Then you can do this analytical method of FMEA, then hypothesis test again and again to evaluate the performance regularly. Then only you can assure that the improvement which you have brought by implementing the solution is a valid one. Okay, so this is how you go ahead and implement the project in a full scale level. Okay, so to summarize, we have seen how to do this project in a small scale level and what are the different approaches which you can follow to implement the solution in company organization. Okay, then how to do a full scale implementation by developing the scheduling proper schedule plan, training plan, communication plan, and regularly you must develop this cost benefit analysis, because this is what the top management is keen on. They doesn't bother about your training or they doesn't bother about your schedule, but what they need is benefit in a proper way. So And then and there, definitely you need to validate the system which is providing you data through this MSA, and you need to calculate this sigma performance metrics like sigma level, CP, CPK, and you have to execute the hypothesis test regularly, so that make sure that the system is in place and the solution which you have implemented is providing you results regularly in a consistent manner. Okay, so thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask now. So we have seen general solutions using this brainstorming, creative thinking, and benchmarking, and how to evaluate it using FMEA or as NGT. Then how to go for the project. If you are going for a project, try to go for a pilot, that is implementation of the solution on a small scale, and how to implement the full scale solution using different approaches. Okay, and what are the things which you have to follow when you are going for a full scale implementation, like developing a schedule, training plan, communication plan, and calculating a cost to benefit analysis. Okay, then you have to improve, you have to revalidate the system regularly so that the system remains intact. Okay, after the implementation of the new solution. That's it. Thank you. That is a improve phase. I think it is a one of the shortest phase in the Lean Six Sigma process. Thank you. If you have any queries, you can ask. Our team will be happy to answer.
Thank you, Dr. Ravi, for nicely presenting